Welcome back to my channel. The girls want to know the base routine, and I'm here to give it to you. I don't even know. It's raining right now. I don't know if I should wait till after it rains because I don't want to start my makeup because where we live is literally so annoying to where a little bit of rain will cause the electricity to go out. Like, that is so annoying. Like, Houston, get it together. But I didn't want to start on my skincare because usually I start off with doing my skin prep because that's literally what makes my makeup lay better. Like, if you don't know that, then you should really be in tune, because if you don't do your face prep before your makeup is literally not gonna lay correctly. What I'm going to do first is prep my skin. So I like to go with the Caudalie facial toner. So I'm using the Caudalie facial toner. I've used this before and I'm starting to really like it. I use like a cotton round and just go in. My face is so dry because I literally just washed my face and I didn't put anything on it because I wanted to show you guys what I usually put before I do my makeup. And usually I go in with a serum. The first serum I'm going to use is the discoloration serum. Of course, like, you don't really have to put your serums, but I feel like when I do put my serums, it just helps my foundation lay better. And I always like to put my discoloration serum first because that is what I really want to penetrate into my skin first. So whatever serum you put first, like after you wash your face, is what's gonna get deeper into your skin. So that's why I like to use the discoloration serum from Good Molecules. And then I go in with the niacinamide serum also from Good Molecule. And this helps with minimizing my pores. If you have really large pores, I always recommend using a niacinamide serum just because it helps tighten your pores. And I like to put it on my nose because that's where my pores are usually more visible, and also on my chin. Of course, I'm going to be using my favorite moisturizer, and this is the Confidence Cream by It Cosmetics.
So yeah, this is going to be a voiceover. So after I do my skin prep, I like to go in with a brow pencil. In this case, I'm using the NYX brow pencil and just filling in the areas. I usually like to go in with like a lighter shade just because I don't really like the dark brow look. So I go in with a lighter shade. So after I fill in my brows, I like to go in with the NYX brow glue and just slicking up my hairs just so they could stay in place. I really like this technique just because the way my natural eyebrow hairs go, they just move around crazily. So I like to just set them with like a brow gel or brow glue and just get them in place because don't nobody got time for a messy brow.
Alright, I love going in with my foundation shade. In this case, I'm using the NARS foundation. I like going with my foundation shade, carve out my brows just so it won't have that halo around my brows, and it just gives it more of like a natural look.
In this case, you like to take your time with carving out your brows because this is where mistakes are easily made. When you carve out your brows, just take your time and go in with a light hand and just carve it out, because usually if you go in really fast, you're going to mess up the shape of your brows. And for primer, I love using the Power Grip from e.l.f. This is a very tacky primer, so it grips onto your foundation very well. As you can see, I'm patting my face. Here, I totally forgot to record me putting in my foundation, so that's why I made that face. But I go in with the NARS Radiant Foundation. For contour, I'm using the liquid contour from KVD. This is actually so slept on. People aren't finding that this contour is very sheer, but that is perfect, especially if you like to build your way up into your contour. I like using this first as a base just to give me that natural bronze, that natural shadow without putting too much product. So this is a very lightweight product. So if you like that lightweight look, this is like the best contour you should try. Again, I'm one of those people who like building up their contour. So I'm going in with this matchstick from Fenty Beauty in the shade Espresso and just building up my cheekbones, like under my cheekbones, my non-existent ones to be honest. But I like going in there just to build up that contour and giving me a more sculpted look. And for concealer, we're going for the Too Faced Born This Way in the shade Butterscotch. This is my holy grail. This concealer is everything and then some. Like, it's full coverage. You can sheer it out, but you can also get that full coverage look. In this case, that is what I'm going for. So I go in under my eyes, on my forehead, on my nose, and on my chin. And I get a wet beauty blender and I just blend it out. Honestly, I'm so glad that it's getting cold again because now my makeup is gonna stay put. It's not going nowhere. So it's so good that the weather is back to being cold. That means the beats are finna be beating. Okay, you hear me? For baking, I'm going with the Pro Filter loose setting powder from Fenty Beauty. What you just saw me was fixing in my under eye before I set it. I tend to do that just so I won't be setting any creases. I use a powder puff just to set it in place. I feel like the powder puff gives me a more blurring effect. So that's why I like to use it. You could use a sponge or whatever, but the powder puff is really what's going to give you that blur look. And don't forget to carve out under your contour. This is especially for girls who have round faces like me. Carving out under your contour is what's really going to give you that chiseled look. So I like to go in and just set my nose contour and every other contour that I had before with this Juvia's Place Bronze Duo. I usually get the lighter shade out of the palette and just go in and just set all of my contour under my chin, under my cheekbones, everywhere. I just really love that bronze look. Like, I love a good heavy contour.
Lately, what I've been doing for blush is going into this Culture palette. Don't judge me. I go into this Culture palette and I get this hot pink right here. And then this is what I do. I pop it on. I always do this. Like, I feel like I be putting way too much blush, but then later I simmer it down. But y'all, if you know me, you know I love me some blush. I go in with like a regular fluffy brush and I just like simmer it down.
As you can see, I haven't removed the baking powder under my eyes yet, just because I find that this technique of doing my blush and all that on top of my baking powder, it just looks way better to me.
You can't tell me that don't look absolutely amazing. Tell me that don't look gorgeous. Like, come on now. Now back to the voiceover.
Now I am going to remove the residue or the excess baking powder that hasn't melted into my skin, and then going in with like a highlighter. I like to put a lot of highlighter on my nose, but as for the rest of my face, I put just a small amount because I don't like that heavy highlighter look that is very 2016, and we're not there anymore. That era is gone. Okay, so yeah, right here I've only shown a little bit, but I went in with this powder puff for like 5 minutes just going over and over my makeup. This is like one of the things I do right before I set my makeup. I highly recommend just patting out your whole face with a powder puff until you until it starts to look very, very blended in. That is something I really, really like to do before I set it with a setting spray. And if you follow me, then you know I talk about the setting spray a lot. If you have oily skin, dry skin, this is a lock it in setting spray. Trust me. So what you see here is me going in with an eyeshadow shade and just going back over my under eye. I like this technique because it brightens up the under eye and it also prevents my under eye from creasing. Guys, like, it looks so blurred, okay, like a filter.
So with this look, we're not going to be wearing lashes. Y'all, I found some lashes. I found some lashes. So we're not going basic. Usually I always wear lashes, but in the picture where my base looks so good, I wasn't wearing any lashes, but I had to throw some on. It just gives me that bad bitch energy. So we're wearing lashes. Let's get into the lip combo. This is my favorite part of doing my makeup. So first, I like to line my lips with this lip liner from MAC. This is in the shade Chestnut. This is my favorite lip liner. Like, I overline just a little bit. And I really like going in with like a really dark brown, so that's why I picked Chestnut. If you like a lighter brown, I'll probably suggest Cork. And I just like to just overline just a little bit. In the middle, I like to go in with I like to go in with this shade. It's like a really pink, a baby pink shade. And then on top of that, before it dries, I like to go in with an orange blush color and just popping it on top. All right, I'm gonna fix my hair and I'll be right back.
Alright, y'all, for some reason I could not find that outro for this video, but thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye!